HR says the only place available to pump is the bathroom. I am not OOP. Trigger warnings. Discrimination against new mothers. Less than. Mood spoiler. Happy. Less than. Originally posted to our Breastfeeding by You Mod Life. Original post. The 19th of November 2023. HR says the only place available to pump is the bathroom. I'll be returning to work soon. So I asked HR what accommodations would be made for pumping. He said unfortunately the only place available at the moment is the bathroom. And sorry for the inconvenience. I'm annoyed at his response as I was recently in the office to pick up something. And there were about 5 empty offices. I'm also confused that he would think a bathroom is an appropriate accommodation in the first place. I'm trying to decide if I should go directly to my boss about this, or if I should send HR a professionally crafted response stating why pumping in a bathroom is unsanitary and illegal, or both. I also work at a law firm, which makes me think he hasn't discussed this with anyone else before sending that email. Update 11/20. Thank you all for the kind words, validation, and advice, as I surprisingly got no support from the female figures in my life. Aunt, cousin, mother, and sisters, who mainly told me to not say anything because they could make me come in the office immediately, multiple days a week, or said it wasn't a big deal, and I'm overreacting. I feel like there really isn't anyone outside of Reddit that understands my point of view on this. Or maybe I can't express it correctly. I sent the email to HR citing the law and providing links, stating it is unsanitary to prepare food in the bathroom, and that it is a legal requirement, and tagged my boss. Then my boss responded also tagging the firm manager stating that the proper accommodations will be made, and I will not have to use a bathroom. I haven't had any more contact with My boss called me and apologized on HR's behalf and answered affirmatively when I told him there should be conversations happening with HR about this incident. He confirmed there have been conversations. I have to say that I'm truly upset by ours initial response. And I am very uncomfortable knowing that the firm may want to continue to employ someone so grossly incompetent and offensive. I'm not sure what could be done, or if I am overreacting. But for the first time in my over 8 years at this firm, I feel like I want to leave if nothing else is done. That's all I have for now. Second update, 22nd of November 2023. Update. HR says the only place to pump is the bathroom. I sent a response email to HR citing the law and professionally communicating that a bathroom is not an appropriate place for pumping. My boss CCED management and told me I would be provided an office and would not have to use the bathroom. 11/20. My boss later told me the president of the company would contact me. 11/20. I received an email from management with my boss, the president, and all other high-level parties tagged. Expect HR, stating that what HR told me was never the policy, and they have always provided appropriate accommodations to people with my needs in the past. They also apologized that I was ever told otherwise and want me to reach out to come up with specific accommodations that suit me. Turns out HR consulted no one about the policy and just came up with that response. He's new, by the way. Haven't heard from HR since. Tagged as concluded as OOP has a place to pump and an apology. Reminder, I am not OOP. Turns out HR consulted no one about the policy and just came up with that response. He's new, by the way. You'd think a new person would be the most active in first checking for any pre-existing policy before coming up with a reply out of their ass. Even more so a new person in HR. I'm not HR, but I'd be damned if I so much as sneeze in a new job without first asking folks what the sneeze culture and policy is. He's new, by the way. He's gonna be old, by the way, if he keeps this up. Turns out HR consulted no one about the policy and just came up with that response. He's new, by the way. Sounds like a nepo hire. I bet the law firm was really happy to be opened up to a lawsuit by their own HR. He's new, by the way. So, lol, his job is to make sure the company's ass is covered. That's his one thing. And he already messed up. I give him 3 more months. Tops. The HR asshole should have to eat his lunch in the bathroom for a week. Just to see if he thinks that's still a suitable place for food. I work in a warehouse which is attached to the main company office. The main office has a dedicated pumping room even if it's not always in use. One of the younger guys in the warehouse made some dumbass comment about how unfair it was that mothers pumping get to take extra breaks so many times a day. A few of the older guys and by older I mean late 30s, early 40s, did not hesitate to explain exactly why pumping wasn't a matter of extra breaks in the slightest. I don't know if we changed his mind, but he was smart enough after that to keep his opinions to himself about that kind of thing. HR at a law firm saying on a whim that a new mother has to pump in the bathroom is like the new accountant at a cybersecurity firm saying they can't afford the hours to train people how to avoid phishing attacks. You work for people who pay close attention to the law. Why would you do this? Am I just old and it's a thing now to call CCing in an email tagging? That sounded so very odd to me. Hopefully he is new somewhere else now. The Pump Act was signed nearly a year ago. As an HR professional, I received numerous emails about it, attended several seminars where it was discussed, and had conversations about it at networking events. Anyone in HR who is unaware of it is truly not an actual HR professional. I work in HR and have gone out of my way to find a place for people to pump. My current job has a whole small room for it with a table and mini fridge. Even a newbie HR person should know basic laws, and this to me is a basic one. Of course the HR person is a male and has no idea about what new mothers need, nor did he try to consult another person, like a female. Classic. I'm a guy and, sadly, I wasn't surprised to see that the HR person with the moronic response was a male as well. They hire anyone for hour? That guy should know better. If they don't fire the hour guy, he should at least be required to eat his lunch in the bathroom from now on. Only fair, right? He obviously wouldn't mind. Sucks that OOP's female friends and family members' solution was all, just take the unreasonable treatment, when it's clear from the result that it's not a company-wide problem but just one idiot HR person. Woof. I work in HR and I am so glad I am not him. This is why no one trusts HR. Ugh. Bet he wouldn't want to eat his lunch with all the aerosolized poo water flying around. HR can be the absolute worst. When I came back from maternity leave, I was working part-time. 3 weeks back I was offered a redundancy which I took. However, I soon found out they calculated the payout based on my current part-time wage, not taking into account I had worked for the company full-time for 8 years prior. My manager spoke to the HR manager about it, who said giving me anything different would be fraud. Unfortunately for her, I had spent years watching morons leave with golden handshakes. So I knew she was full of it. So I emailed the HR inbox on a week I knew she was off-site and busy. I outlined the many years I had gone above and beyond for the company, and at the time I had spent part-time was less than 1% of my working time there. Therefore it was unfair to calculate payout on part-time. One of the HR admins picked it up and forwarded it to the CFO, who then came over to me and said, "I've approved that." The first decision was ridiculous, and walked away. I'm not usually one to advocate for myself, but I was extremely proud I did in that moment.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.